Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm really excited about today's episode because we're diving into a topic that's not only incredibly relevant, but also super fascinating for anyone interested in technology and software development. We're talking about OpenAPI Generator. Now, you might be thinking, what exactly is OpenAPI Generator and why should I care? Well, let's break it down together. So, OpenAPI Generator allows developers to automate the creation of API client libraries, server stubs, documentation, and even configuration files simply by using an OpenAPI specification. Think of it as a magical tool that takes a blueprint of your API and transforms it into various code formats. And if you're in the tech world, especially in software development or API design, you probably realize how crucial it is to make your development process as seamless and efficient as possible. Now, let's explore what makes this tool particularly groundbreaking. First off, it supports multiple programming languages, which means whether you're in Java, Python, or even something less conventional, there's a good chance you can leverage this generator to streamline your workflow. Isn't that amazing? It's like having a multi-tools gadget, but for coding. But it gets even better. OpenAPI Generator is community-driven, which means developers worldwide contribute to it. The collaborative nature of this tool not only enhances its capabilities, but also ensures that it's constantly improving. Have you ever used something and thought, this is great, but I wish it could do this one thing? Well, with OpenAPI Generator, feedback can directly lead to enhancements. It's like having a conversation with the developers every time you use it. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty. How does it work? You provide your OpenAPI spec, essentially a detailed description of your API, including the endpoints, request and response formats, and so on. After that, you run the generator, and voila! You have your related SDKs and server stubs almost instantly. It's such a time saver, and in the tech industry, time often translates to costs, so that's a huge plus. And let's not forget documentation. A well-documented API is one of the cornerstones of effective software development. OpenAPI Generator can help produce documentation alongside the code, which not only improves usability for developers, but also regulatory compliance like GDPR, something increasingly important these days. Now here's a thought-provoking question for you. If you could automate any repetitive task in your work or daily life, what would it be? For some, it might be the mundane chores of writing documentation or coding boilerplate. For others, it could even be something like managing your calendar. I encourage you to think about that. As we wrap up, let's summarize the key points we've discussed today. OpenAPI Generator isn't just a tool, it's a game changer for many developers, making API development more efficient, collaborative, and honestly, a whole lot more enjoyable. It shines a light on the future of software development where automation meets creativity. Before we sign off, remember, the tech landscape keeps evolving, and staying informed and adaptable is key. So make sure to explore tools like OpenAPI Generator. You might find it simplifies your work in ways you hadn't imagined. Thanks for tuning in today. Be sure to join us next time for more insights and discussions on the ever-changing world of technology. Until then, keep creating, keep innovating, and stay curious.